Hello and welcome to Thrones and Bones, Norrengard. We have the music on. I totally have the music on. Okay, so this is Thrones and Bones, Norrengard. Here we're going to continue the campaign setting after this recap from Dave.
Hello. Previously on Norrønir, after a trip at sea plagued by mysterious visions and the briny undead, the parties put ashore at Ringborg, a coastal enclave of the Dvargir, who had all but quit the land of Norrgard in the past to the southeast. Taking shore leave from their mission to travel to Nilmgard to deliver a rune to its Jarl, Ramunir Ragnarson, on behalf of Felbir Fengbeard of Bense, the motley crew of adventurers headed into the carved, stern immensity of the town. Acquiring an eager guide in the form of the Dvirga Bury, they decided to see the sights, stopping first at an underground market for a spot of haggling, practicing novice language skills and debates about the worth of armor. Being asked by a mysterious stranger to help them complete a quick errand, the delivering of a letter to the temple of Freya, goddess of runes of language, the group continues its tour.
Okay. So you all are being led through the mines by Bury, who's hustling along. See anything that's very impressive to you?
In fact, yes, I do.
Oh yeah, what's that? Is it how big our pillars are?
Yeah, and how big your pillars are. It's so impressive. The mattresses are beautiful. That's good. You look great while you run. How do you keep your hair like that?
I can't believe I just did that. I did that accidentally. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sure, you did.
Accident, man.
Yeah, accident.
I am blushing.
Right. Okay, so Bury is leading you through the market, and as you enter sort of the main area of the mine shaft, there's traffic going to and fro, and you see that there's a few other passageways that lead into various business establishments and then other places like dwellings that has been carved into the ancient rock, and you come to a double door situation in front of you, made of stone and pretty intricate carvings.
Is this the place?
This looks like it, right? Yep.
This definitely looks important.
Would Toki recognize any of the carvings at all? Like any of the runes maybe that might be on the door?
Yeah, go ahead and you can roll knowledge.
Knowledge. Is that history?
Yeah.
Uh, 21.
21. So you recognize the temple of Freya, and that would be the deity who gifted the dwarves with rune knowledge and language.
You know, Bjorn, I've always wanted to visit a temple of Freya.
Oh, well, it looks like you'll get that opportunity right now. We're here. How lucky for you.
I guess something good came out of that boat ride after all.
Oh, you are a very brave one, Sten. You know, it takes a lot of courage to do something you fear, and I really respect that about you.
Well, that's very kind considering.
You'll have to do it again once we're done with all this.
Oh,
Aren't you excited about that?
That is
Ha!
true.
Yes.
We still have 2 days left on our trip, I believe.
I think that's right.
I'm counting the
That
seconds.
means back on the boat.
Ah,
Do you think we could walk the rest of the way?
oh,
Well, that
no.
sounds just as bad.
I don't really like being on
Probably
the ship
not.
with you.
With me.
Do you like being with us
Well-
anywhere?
Hmm.
Oh, Toki, you like
Sometimes.
being with me, don't you? She puts an arm over him and just kind of like ruffles him a little bit.
Toki, reluctantly lets her do that, and he smiles, almost like fake, like, yes, I love it.
See?
wonderful. Shall we deliver this message?
Yes, I think that's a great idea.
All right then. Who should do it? I think Ectelina
I
has a
can
good
speak
way with it.
Dwarven.
That's true. He can. I can't.
Yeah, give it to Sten.
That's a fair point. All right, Sten.
I can
Is it-
partake in moving the missive from here to the hands of the recipient.
All
So
right,
just
you
adds
don't
some
need to show
votes.
off all the time. We
That's-
get it. You're
Very
smarter
impressive.
than
Very
us.
impressive.
That's very smart. I don't know what you're saying.
What did he
but-
say?
Something about letters. I know that for sure.
He said that
think-
your beard looks unkempt today.
It always looks
That's just
unkempt.
rude.
I mean, it's true.
Do we
Anyways.
go in through these doors, or is there a sally port or
Yeah,
something?
these are very decorative. Are these for entering?
Oh yeah, you just go right in there. I will be right here, just waiting for you. I don't have any business in there, so I'll just stand on by.
Great.
All righty then.
So the message, is it in like a vellum? Is it like just wrapped? Is it sealed? How's it sort of?
Yeah, it is. It is indeed sealed.
Oh,
with
can't
wax.
get to try-
Kind of
Can't get to try out my reading skills. So I guess in we go. Sten will
Mhm.
step up to the doors and do the thing where you push open the big double doors,
Mhm.
and then sort of, and then enter inside. Because I assume it's tall enough for us all to get in. Go out.
You
Yeah.
gonna go Morrison style?
What is Morrison style? Please explain to me.
The beacons are lit. Sorry.
The what?
I said the beacons are lit.
lit.
Okay,
Is that trademarked? I'm sorry.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you
Condor
didn't hear
calls
my
for
first
raid.
part.
That's what that means.
Lord of
Alright.
the Rings.
Oh,
speed.
It's
boy.
all it's all escaping me. I'm actually not that big of a Lord of the Rings fan. Okay, so
Canceled.
You're playing D&D and you don't like Lord of the Rings as
You
much as
asked for
everyone
lost half
seen
our
Lord.
viewers.
I've seen
I'll
Lord of
leave
the
with
Rings.
you Friday. It's okay.
What do you want from me? I've seen it. Actually, the new Wheel of
It's
Time
okay.
series is really great. I think
I
it's
haven't
a
started that yet.
good
I can't even say I've
representation.
seen it, so
A good representation of the book series, only better because the book series was written in like 1990, and it's pretty 1990. So
All right, we're gonna get canceled. We should
A lot of FUBU trousers and stuff like that. You know, the ones that go down to your feet. Is that sort of 90s?
Go jeans.
yeah, I think I had one pair of like Jinko jeans in the 90s. And like one pair. I was
That's
in
wild.
elementary.
I
in
would never
elementary
admit to
school.
that. You're so brave.
You're so brave.
so we push open the
Okay.
doors.
Yeah, as you
Yes.
said,
You
stride in.
Yep, sorry.
That's-
You step into what appears to be a large cavern with a great upwelling of stone in the center, and the stone has been tunneled, creating a 20 by 20 foot diameter chamber in a chamber, including which stands the life-sized statue of the goddess. And you can see all along the floors there are various runes that are stepping stones or places all along the floors, and you can see various acolytes who are traversing the runes currently, meditating on each stone before they move on.
Is there like a specific order that we can tell they're going in?
Yes, there is a line from the front door all the way through, leading to the chamber within a chamber where the statue is.
Would
Do you
we
think
know
we
if
have to wait in line?
Well, how important is this message?
So you can see that
'Cause-
the individuals who are doing the praying at each rune space, that's just kind of something that they do in order to show devotion to the goddess. That's not necessarily something that you need to do just every time you enter. That would take
Sten
a while.
has already taken his place in the line and is mimicking what all the other people are doing.
Okay.
To the stones.
Sten, unless you, I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't. But if we're here just to, if sorry,
It's a temple.
I know I grew up in one, and I was always told that I have a very loud voice. But what was my point?
Next stone.
Oh, no, right. We're here to deliver a message. You don't have to go through this entire praying process unless you're like going to, worship Freya, which if you're going to, by all means, but we're here to deliver a message.
We have 2 days. I mean, I want a chance to do this again.
Or maybe we could do it in reverse on our way out.
Oh,
We have-
yeah, that's a good idea.
We have 1 day. We're waiting on the boat to get fixed.
Oh, I'd hoped it was 2 days. I guess we should just go to the interior.
Okay.
We can make a pit stop on our way back.
Ooh. Maybe we deliver the message and then you do your prayer.
All right, that seems fair.
Okay.
Give him a big slap on the back.
Stumble forward into another meditator on the next stone.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
Apologies, diminutive friend of Svargir. I didn't mean to. Trying my best, dwarven. How do I do this? Just
As Bjorn sees Sten panicking on his dwarven, Bjorn walks up and the dwarven says, "I'm very friendly," and then just carts Sten back to the group and on the path.
The dwarf is gonna just kind of look between you two, a little flabbergasted, so it doesn't say anything. So as you return, you can see on the far side of the temple, now that you've looped around a bit, you can see that there is what appears to be a door leading to the east.
Great.
Right.
Let's maybe peek in there.
we
You
Just
know?
a quick clarifying question. Were we all going in, or was it just Sten?
Perhaps it's best if some of us stay outside, just outside the door, or maybe only a few of us talk. I know a few of us can be a bit off-putting. So
What you're talking
What
about?
is that
Everybody here is
supposed to
lovely.
mean?
Toki, actually, you can stay out here.
what a quick 180. Well, I was just saying that I know I'm getting a lot of looks, so I don't want to scare anybody. And, the dwarven phrase has been very helpful in not doing that, but I don't think it'll work all the time if I'm just saying it nonstop. So, perhaps I'll stay outside with Toki, and Tulami, if you don't feel comfortable going in, I'll stay with you too.
I was going to say, could you teach me that phrase?
Oh, yeah. And Bjorn will spend, a couple of seconds giving a very bad lesson in language. Like, people will probably understand what you're saying, but it's not great.
It comes out, I'm not aggressive.
It takes some thinking. They have to put the pieces together, but they'll know what you're saying.
Just going around saying, I'm not 14.
All right, so who's staying at the entrance?
Bjorn will.
I'm sorry, Bjorn, but I feel as though I must go inside. This is where I leave you.
Farewell, friend. Till we meet again. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I don't know what that means, but it made me feel super duper. I'm ready to
What?
do this.
All right. Get in there.
Okay.
All right.
Sten's already gone inside at this point.
Oh,
Okay. What's Tulami doing?
I'm staying with Bjorn and Toki.
And Toki is.
Is Toki staying outside, or is Toki coming inside?
No, Tucky will stay with them, and he'll just kind of putz around and kick at stones on the ground, or just look around
So-
aimlessly.
It's just
We'll
the
give him a
Shield
little pat
Maiden,
for
Sten,
heading
and Echelina.
I'm going inside. Yeah. Oh, and actually, the people going in. I apologize. That's
Shield Maiden with them. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you all approach this wooden door on the eastern side. Appears like there's some inscription upon it. Just says priestess.
Oh, she has an office. That's very nice. I like that.
I think that's their name, priestess. Oh, okay, it says in Dwarven.
It's very modern. I like that.
Okay, I'll knock on the door.
Okay.
After a few moments, then you hear another door opening and shutting. And then eventually the door opens again to reveal a dwarven woman with blue tattoos on her face, sort of streaking upward, and then braided brunette hair peering up at you, wearing a dark brown robe. Oh, hey, hello?
Hi.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. Don't
Hello.
see many of your kind around here. That's hello. Well, welcome. What brings you all?
Hello.
Sten.
We have been tasked with bringing you this missive. Sten tries in his
Oh,
best
missive.
grade school. Dwarven.
What's that? And then we'll hold out a hand up at you.
Passes it over, of course.
Oh, what is this? Who did you get this from? And then is already cracking the seal on it.
They had tattoos like yours.
He is not doing this dwarf justice. No, it was a beautiful, beautiful dwarf with these tattoos and the very regal features. Looked like a bit of a sailor, very rugged, very handsome.
Here. Oh.
Not an image you can purge from your mind very quickly.
Oh, all right. And then we'll hold out the piece of paper, and then all of you just immediately get a sudden acrid scent in your nose as the piece of paper illuminates, and I need all of you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Good.
So that'd be Seagild, Ectelina, and Sten.
I did not roll. Oh, yes, it did. 16.
13.
8.
Okay.
Look, I don't mean to accuse anybody, but it is not very polite to do that in public.
Okay. So as the letter illuminates, and then you hear a percussive poof as it explodes, and the priestess is shot back into the wall, hits the wall, and then slumps down, all ashen in features after the explosion. And if you rolled below a 12, you have taken 19 fire damage.
19.
If you have
Which
rolled
damage?
above that, you receive half of that, which would be 9 in this case.
Is this loud? Like, would we hear it outside?
Yes, you all outside have heard it, and as you, after you hear it, you see a group of red-hooded dwarves who draw their clubs and rush the temple grounds. You all need to roll initiative.
So before that happens, unfortunately, Sten is obviously thrown by the force of the explosion backwards, and he strikes one of the carved statues on the wall, knocking off its arm. But it's also, he slumps to the ground completely unconscious, and blood leaking from his nostrils.
I knew we had no right to trust whoever gave us that message.
It was beautiful.
Was it
Whatever
though?
questions the handsome dwarf.
Ectelina just likes everyone. It thinks that everyone is just...
I don't feel like you can be the standard of what is beautiful because
It is
honestly,
my
you
standard.
have no standard.
Tulami, I'm going to pretend you didn't say that because I love you.
I'm going to pretend I didn't say that either. I'm sorry.
It hurt my feelings, and I did not like it.
I did not mean to hurt.
You
I'm
both
sorry,
are
I'm just
shouting
stressed.
through
both
the temple.
We're
A
separated.
terrorist attack has just happened, and this is what you're shouting across the
Now it's not the time. Now it's not the time. Later.
Okay.
Pull out my short sword and I charge.
All right. Sten has been knocked out, correct? Seagild and Ectelina, you are still up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. We're beginning combat.
Oh boy.
You all see as the 6 different robed acolytes with the blue striped faces, dwarven in stature, are rushing the gates to the temple, and everyone in the mining hall have seemed to like see what's going on and heard that explosion and are starting to scatter. So Toki, it is currently your turn. What are you doing?
All right, Toki, hearing the boom, he takes a double take, and then he looks back and sees these robed people rushing towards him. He's already has his shield and he has his staff in his hand, and being a reckless sort of dude, he runs into the middle of them, and he lifts his staff in the air and he smashes it into the ground, and he casts Thunder Wave, and I believe everyone's in range, so they all have to make this Constitution save.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go top to bottom. What's the DC?
Are we in range?
Let's see. The DC is you guys are in range, yes. Let's see. 13 is the con save.
13. So I'm gonna go top to bottom with the acolytes, and then we'll do it that way. So first one makes it. Second one makes it. The one directly north of you does not. The one to your left makes it with the nat 20. The one to the southwest does not make it. The one at the bottom does not make it. So the one right here, and it's going to get thrown and knocked prone, isn't it? Ooh.
Yes, they're pushed 10 feet away from me. Ones that succeeded just take half damage and are not pushed.
Okay, so this one is, as soon as you cast the spell, this one right here is knocked against this pillar wall and slumps down from the percussive force, while these two right here are blown back to 10 feet and knocked prone. And then everybody else is still taking damage, correct? But they're just not knocked?
They're taking half damage. Let me just double check the spell. Oh, shit. I accidentally rolled it again. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. On a failed save, creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
I failed.
Oh gosh.
No.
Well,
I
let's
succeeded.
actually make sure. Like, hold on. Yeah, you're just within 15 feet.
I believe.
So I take 9 damage.
You take
Wait.
5 damage.
I failed though.
That was my second roll.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
That is it.
All right. Bjorn, currently your turn. What are you doing?
As this thunder wave blows past him and he sees Tulami get taken off his feet, he shouts at Toki, "Watch where you're slinging those spells!" And then he's going to say, "Go see if the others are all right. I'll hold the front line." And then, is this guy in front of him knocked out?
No,
Prone?
he's just prone.
All right. Bjorn's going to take his greatsword and build up his rage. I mean, rage is bonus action,
Mhm.
and then swing at the prone cultist.
Okay. You roll at advantage.
Okie great sword. First roll is a 21.
That hits.
Yep, no crit, so just 21. Roll damage. I rolled 2 6s, so 12 plus 2 for rage, 14 plus 4, 18 points of.
Describe how
slashing
you
damage.
execute this acolyte.
So Bjorn's seeing like all this going down and putting 2 and 2 together. He's going to just rip and lunge from like where his back's against the wall, straight cleaving down in the midsection of the acolyte, and then just, if the ground wasn't there, he might have like sliced him straight in half, but the blade strikes the ground and he rips it out.
The body gets flung behind you, next to the doors, and hits it with a thud. Would you like to do anything else in your turn?
I think that's all I got. That's my turn. Oh, I can move, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll move up to. Is there space between this pillar to like have these two men in front of me?
No.
Or no?
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine. You can get in there.
Okay.
Yep.
And that he'll move there, and he'll just stare down the cultist in front of him.
Yep. Bjorn demonstrating the effectiveness of standard ground laws in Ringborn. Okay, Seaguild. Seaguild, it is your turn.
Great. Sieghild is going to look to Ectulina and say, "Get Sten," and she is going to go to the priestess and try and stabilize her, hoping that she is a leveled person and not just somebody who doesn't have any levels and has like 2 HP.
I can help both of them if you need to go help the others. I hear commotion.
Yeah, everyone would have heard the returning thunderous blast from Toki
Yeah.
as well.
I know.
What are you doing?
Sieghild has priorities though.
Fair enough.
Going to try to stabilize the
Make a medicine check.
priestess. Cool. 16.
Okay, so you reach down and using a kit that you have at your waist, you manage to bind some of the wounds. She is looking pretty bad though.
Wonderful. Well, she's stabilized. That's good enough for me. That used how much of my movement? 5-10? Great. So I will use the rest of my movement to 10. Let's see. 35. So I'm going to go here, start running back towards the entrance. Use a bonus action to second wind, say a little prayer under my breath to regain some HP. Pull out my sword and shield and get ready for a fight.
Okay. All right. The acolyte in front of you, Bjorn, is going to lift up its club and take a swing at you for 9 to hit. Does not hit, and is going to look up at you, snarl, disengage, and move past you. And it's going to try and slip past Tulami. But yep, it's gonna, he's gonna go ahead and try and slip past.
Will he kick while he's down?
And it's gonna end up right there.
A really good strategy. I thought we were just going to be diplomatic, but this turned pretty good.
The other acolyte next in front of you, Bjorn, is going to swing their club as well, aiming for the knees for a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. And after that is going to see how large you are, and then realize this is not a good idea, and it's going to disengage, and then 10. And dash past you into the temple. All right. This one that has been blown back by Toki is going to get up and then touch himself, casting Healing Word for 5. You see it's the dwarven hand illuminate briefly with blue light before it gets up and dashes around this pillar, swinging at Tulami for an 18 to hit.
Hits.
5 bludgeoning damage as he comes across to whack you in the face. This acolyte in front of you, Toki, is going to swing its club, missing, and is going to square up with you, kind of doing the duck and the weave. Tulami, currently your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna pull out my 2 daggers and hit the guy in front of me.
Okay.
And that is 17 for the first one.
Yep, hits.
And so that's 7 damage for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's not hitting. Why didn't, and then a 10 for the next one.
Yep, that hits.
Oh, cool. And then that's 5 damage.
Okay, how do you kill that that acolyte?
I wanted to stab him in the chest and then pull it down.
Okay.
I'm not tall, so I'm not sure how far up I can go, but basically, I'm
He's a
gonna
dwarf.
jump, stab it in. Oh, yeah, he's a dwarf. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
I do it easily.
Okay. The dwarf stumbles back and then slumps down and bleeds out next to the pillar. Would you like to do anything else?
I guess I'm going to follow them. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm almost dead. I'm gonna stay there.
On second thought, Ectelina, currently your turn. Sten is directly next to you, bleeding out. What are you doing?
Panicking a little bit, but kneeling down next to Sten. She's just gonna like put her hands on her shoulders and be like, "Please don't die on me. Please don't die on me." And to cast Healing Word for 6 healing.
Okay.
And then where is the priestess?
The priestess is currently in the hallway, back there, behind the door where she had emerged.
By that pyre? Is that the token?
No, it's over here.
Okay. In that case, Lena's going to move directly in front of the priestess and pull out her rapier, ready to get anything that comes on behind. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're gonna stand in the doorway. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
That is my turn.
All right. And then we have this other acolyte who's going to stand back up and then rush Toki with a swing of... is going to, as they run up to Toki, they're going to mutter a few words, and you see a greenish dark energy and the brief flicker of a skull in the air before they reach out to grab you, Toki. For a natural 20 to hit.
Nice.
That's not good because as you can... Oh, I didn't change my net 20 things. Oh, well. That's not good.
It's definitively bad, actually.
That's real bad, actually. That's the worst case scenario because he was casting Inflict Wounds.
Nice.
You take...
Don't say it.
24 necrotic damage as the energy enters your body, and you can feel within your insides just pulling apart.
Toki just completely caught off guard by this person as she grabs him and feels the life drain out of him. Toki's face almost becomes gaunt. His cheeks sink in, and he drops his staff and his shield, and he falls to the ground and basically looks like a man dying. His bones and his seem to poke through his flesh as he just looks absolutely drained of life.
And after Toki falls, this acolyte is going to rush over and then confront Tulami besides the doorway. And that is his turn. Stan, it is currently your turn. What are you doing?
Ben is obviously covered in bits of rubble, and his blood is pouring from his nose, and his hair is slightly on fire. So his eyes flick open just as Ectelina moves away, having been sort of recovered from with a little bit of healing, and he spits up a mouthful of blood, maybe a chip or two, and sort of picks himself up and sort of takes account of this situation. He leaves his weapons on the ground, and then he sort of runs down to the south. So it's 15 feet of movement to stand up, is that correct?
Yes, it'd be half your movement, yes.
So that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20. So he runs towards the edge, and he's sort of trying to listen. His ears are ringing. In fact, there's like trails of blood coming out from his ears because he was so close to the end of the explosion. And he's trying to get an idea of what's coming. So he's preparing an action. If anybody comes around here that looks like it has aggressive intent, he's going to fire. He's summoning divine energy to direct at them. So I'm going to ready an action to attack anything that comes through the south, which looks aggressive.
Okay.
I totally forgot to cast Bardic on you, like a goober.
No worries.
So now it is the individuals who were praying's turn. So you see them all begin to rush and attempt to run out of the temple, and as they are making their way out, they are dashing past these acolytes who swing on them. That's a hit. That's a hit.
Is this about to turn into a massacre? Because I'll Hulk out as much as I can.
So you see
I can handle this.
You see as two individuals who were attempting to flee are just bludgeoned to death by these acolytes on their way out. And Toki, it is currently your turn.
Let's roll that death save, baby.
What do we got?
Failure.
No.
All right.
One failure.
Bjorn, currently your turn. What are you doing?
Oh no, there are two people that need my help. Bjorn is going to go to Talami and attack the cultist in front of Talami.
Okay.
You made a big mistake coming here, friend. And he's
tourism not allowed.
He's going to
Don't you think I know that, Bjorn?
He's going to reckless the cultist.
Yeah. Okay.
The first one is a 13.
Yep, that hits.
And then no crit. So
Okay.
damages. It did 15 points of slashing damage to this cultist.
Okay. Describe how you kill that acolyte.
So Bjorn takes his sword and swings it in like this heavy arc, and as it makes contacts with the acolyte's like abdomen, it gets stuck in there, and then on the follow through, he bashes him against the wall, and the sword goes through once making contact with the wall.
And then there is now a permanent stain on the wall from Bjorn as he flings the body from the sword.
And then, how much movement did I use to get here?
About 10. Yeah, about 10.
Well. And then he's going to sharply turn and stare at the other acolyte that's left and just menacingly walk toward him. I suggest you back away from the body.
Okay. Teaguild, currently your turn. What are you doing?
Going to rush forward my full movement of 35 feet, which doesn't get me close enough to hit anybody. So going to use my action to dash and move another 35 feet, which 30 feet, which should get me right in front of the acolyte. She's just going to hold up her shield and just say, "This is holy ground, you better turn around." And that's her turn.
Okay. The acolyte in front of you is going to, with their hands, rub them together, and you see a greenish film build up between their palms. I'll show you holy ground. And then with a few words, is going to attempt to touch you with some necrotic energy. For a natural 1, we did not succeed there. As you duck underneath the energy net that waves right over the top of you, gonna curse a little bit and then circle around you, but not leave your reach. The other one is going to follow up behind and is going to twist their hands together, and you see a greenish bulge of energy come out from that person for an 18 to hit.
Oh, that just hits.
Okay. As it reaches out, and you can see the skeletal insides of the dwarf's hand right before they touch you, and you are going to take 14 necrotic damage.
All good.
Still up?
Still up.
Okay. All right. Looking good.
This is the most stressful encounter that I've had in a very long time.
Just glad he didn't roll when he attacked me the max damage, because I was maybe 6 points away from doing double my health, and then I would have died immediately.
Oh no. Yeah, I
Happens.
was gonna say that 24 would have taken me out. Like, oof.
So, the acolyte standing in front of you, Bjorn, heard what you said. I need you to roll intimidation, because currently he was paused in the middle of about to swing down on Toki.
No.
All right. I'm exhausted, which means I have disadvantage.
You do.
So that first one is a 14. Let's hope the next one's higher. It's a 12. So 12 on intimidation.
Okay. The acolyte pauses from swinging down and turns to swing at you instead,
Good.
which is at advantage.
That's true. I recklessed.
I'm stressed.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. I don't know.
For
really
a 20 to hit.
Yeah, I'll hit. I'll do it.
For 5 bludgeoning damage.
More like 2 bludgeoning damage. So this club makes contact with Bjorn's face, and his face turns to the side, and then he just slowly turns it back.
The superhero thing, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
you know the cliches. You know the cliches. Oldies but goldies.
Okay. All right, Tulami, currently your turn. What are you doing?
Oh man, I'm also exhausted. So let's see if I can even make it. 1, 2, 15. I think that's all I can go. I guess I'll use my crossbow, and I will hit the guy behind Sieghild.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm at disadvantage though. So
Mhm.
the first one was 17. The second one was 7. It's a 17. Nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it hits. Go and roll damage.
The damage is. Do I get that? Wouldn't be sneak attack, would it?
How many levels of exhaustion do you have?
2.
2.
Okay. You don't have disadvantage on attacks, but your speed is half.
You only have disadvantage on skill checks.
Oh, okay. Well, 17 was my first roll, and the piercing damage is 7. It gave me sneak attack damage, but I don't think that applies.
It does, because he's currently engaged with Seaguild.
Oh, I thought I had to be next to him. Okay, cool.
No.
It's 8 then. 1 point of sneak attack.
Every little bit matters.
You speak the truth.
All right.
And I can't. I guess I will. I'll just wait. I can't move anymore. So.
So you see the crossbow bolt stick into the side of the acolyte, and doesn't look too happy about it, but is still standing. All right, Ectelina, currently your turn. What are you doing?
So I am next to the priestess now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Same thing as Sten, gonna kneel down and be like, "You're all right. I promise we didn't do this on purpose. This was purely an accident, and we will help you. Please, please, please don't die." And cast Healing Word as a bonus action for 8 healing, and then my action, I'm going to dodge.
Okay.
Get ready, dodge.
Okay. You see the light return to the priestess, and she looks up at you. And that's about it for now.
I just have like an Ectelina-sized hand, just like patting her hair. It's okay.
She's in a little bit of a stupor currently, so does not respond overtly to your caring.
Oh, that's valid. That's so valid.
Then, currently your turn. What are you doing?
So Sten is dropping links from his chainmail as he stumbles along. One of his hands, it's sort of odd angle, is trying to lean against the wall, and he sort of continues around this thing and the corner to the sound of chaos, sort of where you can see things, and he's sort of unevenly trying to get an idea of what's going on. And you can see Sighild, and he sort of focuses in, and the gestures, and there's a sort of, with his ruined hand slightly, and there's like a swirl of blue divine energy, which then forms into a very faint boar shape, which builds in intensity and flies forward towards the guy you can see, the acolyte, and he casts guiding bolt.
Okay. Yep.
So I'll just roll that. So that's oh dear, I believe I missed.
What'd you roll?
That's unfortunate. I rolled a 7, so I believe that is only half. Oh no, there's no half damage if I miss. So
correct.
it just
the guiding
hits the
bolt
ceiling.
slams into the ceiling, and you see a tile or two crumble down and strike the floor beside the person.
He's gonna continue to stumble forward a few more feet with his rest of his move. He's mumbling something, but you can't seem to be able to form the words. And that's my turn.
Okay. All right, Toki. Your turn.
All right. I have a question here. I'm gonna read this ability to you, and you tell me if I can use this for my death save. So, one of my abilities, starting at 2nd level, when you choose the circle, blah blah blah, you glimpse the future. You can use your dice for. Let's see. Attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. So does death save different from both of those, or is a death save like a saving throw?
Death save, if I remember correctly, is an ability check, but that's what I'm going to rule right now. So yes, you can use that.
All right, I'm going to. Toki's basically laying there on the ground and unconscious, but he opens his eyes just a little bit, and he sees a possible future, and he's going to try and grab onto that. And I'm going to use my stored dice, which is a 10, so I'll have an immediate save on that one. So that's
Okay.
1 success and 1 failure.
All right, sounds good.
And I am out of dice now.
Okay. Bjorn, currently your turn. What are you doing?
Bjorn's going to look at the cultists and say, "I suggest you make atonement with any of the gods you have wronged before you go to your death." And then he's going to recklessly attack them.
Okay.
So that is, the first one is a 12. The second is a 15.
Those hit.
All right, roll damage. 12 plus 2, 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Describe how you kill that acolyte.
Just gonna take his greatsword and just run it straight through him, all the way to the hilt, and then just kind of push him off with his free hand.
He slumps to the ground. You can hear some screaming in either side of the mine as people are alerted to the immense brawl that has turned deadly out in the open.
That's fair. And then Bjorn's going to turn his attention to Toki, kneeling down, getting ready to help him on his next turn.
Seaguild, currently your turn. What are you doing?
Seaguild is going to swing at one of these acolytes. Which one's looking the worst? Has either of them been hit?
Yes, the one to the south that has a crossbow bolt sticking out of him.
Great.
I just dumped some towels on his head as well. Yeah.
There we go. All right, I'm going to hit that one with a little bit of dust on his head.
Okay.
A little bit of dusk.
15 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
That's where my brain went.
All right, that is going to be, thank you, dice, for slashing damage.
Okay. As you you come up and then you lock club against blade with this individual, and then you slash down. And it's not a full slash. You still connect and wound the individual in front of you as you strike through. Would you like to do anything else?
Better leave. That, I believe, is going to be her turn. Double checking. Yup, that is. You know what? No, I changed my mind. I'm going to action surge and I'm going to attack once again.
Okay.
With an 11 to hit.
That hits.
Damn, okay. I'll take it. For 6 slashing damage.
How do you kill that acolyte?
I think I'm just going to run it through his gut.
Classic.
And move.
Then push him off with my shield.
Okay. All right, he slumps to the ground, and the life leaves his eyes. Would you like to do anything else?
She turns around to the other acolyte and locks eyes with him, and that is her turn.
It's like a spray of blood, just a little bit on your face.
The dwarf is going to clench their fists and go, "Huh!" And then you need to make a Constitution saving throw. You and I believe Tulami.
13.
Tulami.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just went full screen on me. The Zoom called it. Okay. Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
It is in modified 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So, okay. So, Seaguild, you failed your save against the thunder wave that pushes you back 10 feet into the wall here, and you're going to take 7 thunder damage.
Oh, that's just enough to knock me out. All right, she slams into the wall, head hitting it, and just conks right out.
And Tulami, you're going to take 3 thunder damage as you feel the wave hit you and rattle your bones before the acolyte is going to turn and dash away. To bonus action dash. Oh, if you could measure. There it is.
I was like, excuse me, you can't just run away like that. Come back here.
Rude.
All right. Tulami, currently your turn. What are you doing?
Well, I can't chase him. There's no way. There's nobody around. I guess I will. I guess I'll move this way. Nope, wrong way. There's nothing I can do for her. Okay.
The fact that you care is all that I need.
Yeah, I guess that's all I'm doing for right now. I can't move any farther. I'm almost dead. I take Sighild's head and I place it in my lap and I wait for the others to show up.
Okay. Ectelina, you have just heard another vicious boom shake the temple before you see this red-robed, blue-inked dwarf rushing towards you. What are you doing?
Get his ass.
Let's see. I am so nervous. 35. Okay, hold on. First of all, how could you do this? You waste your beauty like that, being evil. I can't help but hate you. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna move. This door's open, correct? Like, never shut. This little doorway.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just move. Crap, I need to deselect that. Just gonna move like right there, like 5 feet in front of me. Okay. Yeah. So I see this guy like starting to come towards this priestess that I just barely healed, and I know she's having a rough time back there. So
Indeed.
I'm gonna lock eyes with him. And cast vicious mockery as I tell him, "You really are the scum of the earth. You disguise yourself like that. You disguise yourself in those blue tattoos just so you can go around and wreak havoc on innocent people. I don't like you at all. You should be very ashamed. I don't know. I can't see.
Yeah.
I don't have the eyeballs."
Yeah, it doesn't focus well on dice. I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Not deterred by your words, unfortunately.
I'm gonna bonus action, turn to the priestess, and cast Bardic Inspiration on her, telling her, "Don't
Okay.
worry. He will not get to you as long as I stand right there. You are going to be just fine."
How much did you heal the priestess by? 8?
Yes.
All right. Sten, currently your turn. What are you doing?
Sten, he sees what's happened to Sighild, and he's gonna just stumble over and drop to his knees, and sort of with his ruined hand, he's gonna pull out his healing pouch, and he's gonna try and stabilize Sighild, sort of bleeding everywhere, as he sort of uses his mouth to tie and to cinch bandages together.
Can I try to help? This sounds really sad.
So he's just
Yeah, you can gain advantage on that if you're helping.
sure. Okay, so medicine, and I will roll with advantage. I rolled a 21, dirty 21.
Okay. Sighild is stabilized with both of your panicked efforts.
And with that, once he finishes, his eyes roll back and he just falls to the side and collapses. And that is his turn.
Toki, currently your turn. What are you doing?
I am gonna hope to God I don't roll a 1. All right, 14. 2 successes.
Yeah,
All right.
I didn't even think it was a possibility until you tried to manifest it.
Bjorn.
I gotta be real.
Bjorn, your turn. What are you doing?
Is lifting a person an action?
Yeah.
Like lifting him up from the ground? All right. Bjorn's going to, not really knowing what to do, he's going to lift Toki and carry him into the temple. Let's see, how far can I get? Nice. So he's going to come and then enter this room with Toki, and then see the sight of Sten barely keeping conscious, with Sighild unconscious but at least looking stable, and Tulami panicking, and be like, we have another problem. Sten, are you awake?
Help, Angelina. At the back.
All right. Tulami, look after Toki, and he's going to set Toki down on the ground, and then take one more step, because that's all he can do.
Yep. Sighild, you're stabilized. You're good. All right. This dwarf sees you, Ectelina, and is sprinting up to you and is going to yell, perish all heretics, and is going to stop directly in front of you and hold out both of their hands like this, which begin to glow red. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Just give me like 3 seconds to process the fact that I am fighting on my own back here, and my heart rate is probably like 130 right now. Okay, 12.
You fail, and as fire sprouts from this dwarf's hand, you take 10 fire damage as it courses through you, around you, and into the hallway, and you hear the priestess's scream as she is burned alive.
She can't use the bardic for her AC?
Oh, it's a saving throw. But it's a D6, correct?
Yes.
Good catch.
Come on!
I rolled a 1 on the D6, I'm
No!
sorry! I'm sorry!
Lena's down.
What is
She
happening?
just collapses in a singed fetal position puddle.
Alright.
TBK.
Oh,
TBK. TBK.
Don't allow it.
Level 2, baby.
To love me, it is currently your turn. What are you doing?
Lami's muttering to himself, like, why did he leave me with I don't help people, I kill people. This is what I do. So he searches Sten's pockets. Sorry, Sten, and seeing if he has any more of those medical kits. If he does, I'm going to attempt to help Sten.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll a medicine check.
I believe this is disadvantage, yes?
Ability
Oh,
check.
rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first.
Okay, not bad,
Oh,
but
man.
not great. No!
No! A 3.
Okay.
Do I kill Stan?
Well, this was a really great, like, 5 episodes, guys.
I enjoyed myself.
Sten, unfortunately, even though Tulami is trying very hard, hands are shaking, and you end up opening the wound a little bit more. You take 1 more death saving throw, Sten.
What?
I'm not actually down. I'm at 6 HP. So.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
He's just very badly injured because obviously he's just taken a.
I was
an
just trying to
explosive
help.
spell. I think he was on Toki.
Please don't kill him.
No, okay.
Don't
Very well.
use it on me.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, you made it sound like you passed out. So that's why I was like...
Oh yeah,
No,
they could just be fiddling, like trying to help me with my injury, and so I could take some damage maybe in lieu of a death saving throw then.
No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, Tulami, I was under the
sweat.
impression as well that you were knocked out. My bad. So
Excellent roleplay on my part, of course.
Yeah, you convinced me that you were knocked out. Yeah, everyone was convinced. All right, Exelina, it's currently your turn. What are you doing?
Making a death saving throw.
Great. That's force of habit. I ask that every time.
Yeah, I get
Sorry.
it. Did it roll? Nat 20.
A nat 20!
Nat 20, mother
baby.
fucker!
Anybody else hear that
yeah.
doom music?
You feel inspired by something, and your eyes pop open. You're in a lot of pain. You're currently prone on the ground with 1 HP in front of this acolyte who still has smoke leaving trails from his fingertips. What are you doing?
Okay, forgive me. I haven't gone down that much.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still have an action?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like the 5% chance that you ever nat 20 on a death saving throw.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Let's see. I am going to, in my stupor, reach for my trusty bone flute as I defer to my instincts as a bard, screech into it with what little breath I have left in my body and cast Song of Pain on this bad mamma jamma.
Is that a...
Not 20!
What?
For 26!
Nice, okay. Roll that damage. That's great.
Oh,
For 2 psychic damage and 1 crit damage.
I never deflated so quickly.
You sure about that?
3 damage.
So,
3 of them.
it really just so happens that this guy was nearly dead. So, please describe killing this person with the Song of Pain.
With all the anger that is in Ectelina's body for how hard she tried to save this now dead priestess, there's a decent amount of like death breath that went into there, and it makes his fucking brain rupture, and it starts coming out his ears and his eyes and his nose, and she's like, eat that, what are you gonna do?
And the dwarf starts to shudder and then passes out beside you and is bleeding out. And we are exiting combat.
Bjorn
I hope
is
you didn't.
sprinting. Lena!
Are you?
Lena!
She's just getting herself up, like on her elbows, just pushing herself up and kicking the body of this dwarf.
Don't exert yourself too much. Come, and
I
He's
tried
got-
so hard, and she's still dead.
Lena,
Kyle,
no,
you didn't
no
do
one,
anything.
no one could have known.
You know,
Alright.
I could have opened it for her, and that would have been okay. We didn't, she didn't have to, she was,
You know, come now, and Bjorn's going to pull her into a hug, just softly, not putting in nearly as much as he usually does, and then he's going to kind of lift her up and carry her back with the rest of the group.
she's just
Come.
like crying into his big beard.
Come now, come on, don't.
What do we tell, that now we look like terrorists? What do we tell the others? That she's dead? What did that note even say? Where did it go? Did it explode?
I didn't say. I don't know. And then he's going to kind of prop her up against the wall. Just-
Needs stabilized?
Hokey?
OC.
Toki
Okay.
is laying on the floor. He literally looks like a shrunken corpse with his features all gaunt, and he looks like he's lost like 40 pounds. His skin is pale and his eyes are crusted over with grime, and he's just laying there completely unconscious, his mouth open.
Toki. That
Is
is
he
no
dead?
way. No. Oh, well, I don't know. Let's see. Limp over to Toki. Take a breath because I'm still shaking and very, very out of energy, and cast Healing Word on Toki for my last spell slot.
I'm just saying, if I
5
woke up and looked
healing.
like that, I might not want to wake up.
All right, 5 healing. Thank you.
Can I say you gained like 30 pounds back?
Necrotic damage does not go away until after a long rest, I believe. Is that right? Or is that a different
It's a different spell.
okay. So anyway, as you come over and you speak sweet words into Toki's ears, another Lord of the Rings reference. He opens his eyes, shocked. He's like, and you see the life kind of pull back into him as a small wisp of something goes back down his throat, and you see him come back to life. His skin becomes darker again, and his features become less gaunt, and he shoots forward. What happened?
James,
Good to see you're all right, friend.
Oh. And he holds the back of his head and he looks around at everyone. Oh.
We all look like complete shit.
So as you all are recovering, you can see a group of well-armed dwarves entering the temple now. There's 6 of them in total, and they are all fully armed with their swords out and axes. And they peer over at you all after looking over the other dead bodies. Put your weapons down.
You're too late.
All right. Don't worry. And Bjorn's going to put his greatsword on the ground.
We tried. I promise we tried, but you're too late.
Sten is it's just covered in bandages because Talami just wrapped it around his face and was binding up his limbs completely haphazardly. So he's like, ugh. Ugh.
Does that hold you together?
What happened?
So the one-eyed dwarf is going to ascend the steps and sheath their sword. Everybody put their weapons down, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to sheath the sword, but hold on to the axe as they step over and look between you all. All right. And then it's going to nod to the other guards. Search the rest of the temple. Who are you all?
Travelers. We were docking here because our ship was attacked, and then we took a little tour, and someone asked us to deliver a message. And when we got here, we did that, but we weren't really aware of what was in the message.
Okay, so it was a pretty little scroll that they told us to bring to the priestess of this temple, and then we gave it to her, and when she unsealed it, and then she opened it, and went boom, and everyone went flying everywhere, and then we all got attacked, and she's over right behind the doorway back there. And
You can hear a shout from deeper in the temple. Earth is dead! The dwarf looking over you all. Well, gonna nudge one of the acolyte bodies with the boot. These aren't from Ringborg. These are Erlish. But I can see all of you don't have clubs, so you didn't kill these people here. He's gonna nod to some of the praying individuals on the ground. That's all well and good. I'm still gonna have to take you in.
okay.
Talk about this.
But could we have some time to recover? Can you at least take us somewhere where we can lick our wounds?
Right. It's called a cell. But yes.
Okay.
I suppose so, but some of these people need medical attention.
And those of you paying attention, you can see on the other side of the door, you see some familiar hands and like a face pop out. Hey, they look suspicious, but they're actually pretty good people, so I'm pretty sure this will clear up right away. And then Bury disappears behind the door again.
Sorry. Oh, I've never been so happy to see someone in my whole life.
And the dwarf kind of looks at the door, looks back at you. You hired Bury to be your guide.
He
It
was a
seems
mistake.
so nice.
A mistake. Well, he's only the second best guide in Ringborg. It wouldn't have been my recommendation, but
Who was your recommendation?
it probably
don't-
would have been Turi.
I don't know if this is really the time to be taking in tourist recommendations.
I know. I thought he was pretty good.
I quite liked him, Toki says as he kind of rolls to his side and then pushes himself up off the ground. And you just hear an audible, like, squeaking almost in his bones and his joints. He's like, oh!
He led us to a fight and then left.
Well, it's not like he knew.
It wasn't his fault. How could he have known?
He wasn't the one who gave us the
Foolish
letter.
child.
He was just taking us where we asked to go.
The other
So we are the dumbasses. Is that what we're?
dwarves.
I'm just saying. Next time we should vet our missions. Okay.
The other dwarves return and start to collect your weapons. And after that, you are scuttled off from the temple.
When the dwarf tries to take Toki's staff, he's gonna lean on it and just gesture. You wouldn't take an old man's cane, would you?
Yes, I would.
Please don't.
The dwarf is going to reach and attempt to grab the cane.
Toki's going to fall over onto the ground with a thud. Oh! And look up at him like, oh, look what you've done.
Make a persuasion check or deception check.
Deception. All right, let's see.
I assume he's playing it up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
7.
Okay. All of the guards look down at Toki and like start to have the big fellow carry you. We don't care.
You dwarven bastards! He's gonna push himself back off the ground and wipe the dust off himself. Take it, but I'm watching you.
Like
Toki's nice Toki lasted all of 10 seconds.
Those scenes from Community where Pierce fixed those heart attacks. Bjorn's going to go over to Toki and say, I can carry you if you'd like.
No, I'm fine. I just wanted my staff.
Fair enough. I miss my sword and my axes and my javelin. Ugh.
The dwarves cuff all of you and then feed you.
Do they have big enough handcuffs for me?
They're gonna use a rope for you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's like a Wookiee. No, so so when he comes to tie up my hands in front of me, I'm the gesture to the fact that my hand is sort of still injured from the explosion. I'm gonna like I can't. Come on, show some kindness for a simple priest.
The dwarf is gonna cuff one of your hands and then cuff you to Egdalina.
That's fine. I try and make a thumb, but you can't.
Poor Sten. He's been through it.
I think I've been knocked out in every single fight we've been in.
The cleric of courage.
Well, at least you know he's in the mix. He's definitely being courageous.
In the mix. So the dwarven party escorts you all through the hall, and as you are being escorted, there's a lot of onlookers, a lot of people going with hushed conversations about you all as you're led through the mine and down into a darker area, downstairs through a long hallway, and put behind some bars where you are properly secured. As you do, the one-eyed dwarf lets you know, we'll let the Jarl know, and then the Jarl will make his decision on you.
Okay.
You got all night to get
Are we
comfortable.
all in the same cell, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I have an idea. One of you pretend to be sick, and I'll call the guard and say, help, he's sick. And when he opens the door, we all jump.
I don't
You need
think.
to be the sick person.
We didn't do anything wrong.
I don't
Are we
think
still all handcuffed?
I don't think get help is going to work here.
Yes.
Seagull is still unconscious, so you do still have
Oh.
somebody who is unconscious.
I
Rip.
wish I had more healing words, but I don't.
I just meant like that could be
so-
the get help.
Well, since Sig healed this, I did not realize she was still unconscious. Toki is going to come over to her with his hands bound and lean down and put his hands on her shoulder and kind of give her a little shake. And he's going to whisper, Sigil, come on, wake up. Come on, please. And he's going to cast Cure Wounds.
So sweet.
So as you,
For 7.
I'm gonna say it's half of as effective because you're cuffed. 3.
I will take it.
3 is better than 0.
I'll let it work that way this time, but in the future, if you're cuffed or anything, you can't cast. If you use semantic opponents, is normally how it works.
Oh yeah, because my spellcasting focuses my staff actually, I think too. So.
Oh, so you can't cast it at all.
Oh, hold on, let me see. Either way. Visual and somatic.
T-Guild, you're gonna return to 1 HP in an hour, so.
Yep. I will
Okay.
stay at 0.
Would anybody like to do anything while we are sitting here in the cell? Or just conversate?
would it be a terrible idea to try to get out?
So you are in a cell where the walls are. There's 3 stone walls, and it looks like the inside of a mine shaft. As you reach up and you can touch the walls there, it's kind of charcoaled, perhaps old blasted tunnels, and the bars themselves are fairly thick in iron. So
Well,
But,
I
like,
don't
if I
think it
used
would.
my thieves kit, I wouldn't be able to uncuff us. But I feel like that's just stupid. Why don't I just think we should wait it out, but I don't know if this is a long-term thing.
There's really no reason to leave. I mean, half of us aren't even capable of walking at the moment.
Well,
And,
on top of that, we're completely innocent, and all we did was defend ourselves.
And there's also that. And plus, we have a judge of character. We have the Jarl
also-
of Bensa, who can
we-
vouch for us if need be.
Do none of you feel guilty for starting this?
I
We
do
didn't
feel
start
very
anything.
guilty.
We couldn't even save a pretty dwarven priestess. Why wouldn't we feel guilty?
Well, of course, what happened was bad, and we feel guilty about it, sure. But that doesn't mean we're going to be imprisoned for it. It's not
I
like
just
we're.
say from now on, beautiful people are suspicious.
Oh, beautiful people are wonderful, and you are all beautiful.
I'm very suspicious.
We just
Best
need to
we just-
wait.
all of you make perception checks.
16.
Perception.
18.
9.
10.
Looks like a natural one.
Sitting in the darkness behind a table, further past the bars, and past where you had entered, a dwarven guard has been just sitting there, just staring at you all, listening to you talk.
Outside the cell?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Are you
Just
going
listen.
to try to kill us too?
Toki is
Guard.
about to speak, and then he looks past the bars, and he looks at everyone else, and he sighs. Listen, our own innocence will be proven. Once they look into everything and talk to everyone, they'll understand. This isn't us. This wasn't us. Just need to
So
be
too.
patient.
You're
know
probably
it.
right.
I know it looks bad, but there's really nothing we can do other than hope that they find, the evidence that proves that we weren't involved in this. I mean,
it did sound like they knew who the attackers were, and
Right.
that they seemed to have some beef.
Perhaps they're just following procedure and they can tell us.
as that's what the kids are saying nowadays.
I think they were fighting with clubs.
Is that weird? Did I
Uh,
just...
Well,
When they see 3 dwarves cut in half by you, they'll know that we try to defend the temple. We'll be fine. We just need to rest. Toki is gonna slump next to Sighild and take a deep breath and just let out a long, drawn-out sigh and close his eyes and try and get some sleep.
Couldn't do anything. I couldn't help.
We tried, I suppose.
I sit down next to Sten. Now you know how I feel.
it's no one's fault, all right? We didn't know what was gonna happen. We were just trying to do a good thing, all right? And to know that you're feeling down, but all in all, things could have been much worse.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It doesn't make me feel any better though.
It doesn't make me feel any better either, but it's just what is, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Bjorn's gonna look at the guard. And how long are we supposed to be held up here?
Until the Jarl makes his decision.
We have a very important mission. We've been sent by the Jarl of Bensa. We're heading out to give a runestone to Jarl.
Grander Randviksen.
Yeah.
The Jarl.
The Jarl
Of
Ragnar
Nilheim.
Ragnarsson.
Last I checked, the Jarl of Bensa isn't the Jarl here. We'll sit and wait.
Okay. I'm gonna
Sure,
curl up into the
y'all-
fetal position and take a nap.
Is your Jarl honorable, Dvergir?
The most.
Then we have nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Bjorn? Jarls?
And I know you don't like Jarls, but most of them are quite honorable. It's how they got their position. You wouldn't trust someone dishonorable to run your life, would you?
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
I suppose that's true.
I'm going to say I'm the wrong person to ask about that.
Well, get some rest, everyone. I think that's for the best. It's all we can do right now.
Dan's gonna look at his silver gilt war horn, which is inscribed with the runes of his god, and he's just gonna sort of smear some of the ash and sort of singedness off the ivory, and then hold it to his chest with his good hand, which is sort of still basically tugs Ectelina a bit because it's tied to them by that hand. And he's gonna try and close his eyes, sleep.
If it would make you feel any better, we could hold hands. I think that would make me feel better. How do you feel about that?
As long as it's not my hurt hand, he says, looking at the sort of slightly twisted left hand he has.
You know, they say that goat spit works really well for cuts. You find a goat and let him spit on your hand and it'll be okay.
There's no goats here,
I will
Unless-
find a goat. You can
apart
ask.
from Toki. Old goat, get it?
That's very funny. Yeah. Old goat.
Are you saying he's the greatest of all time?
Oh, I guess you could say
Because
that's how that would be used. I don't
not.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm saying goat as in like the animal,
Oh,
you know?
oh, like, no. I don't know if
Have you never seen a goat?
I know sheep and cows.
It's just an angry
Um,
sheep with no wool.
Oh,
That's terrifying.
yeah.
Could we see a goat?
Don't you think you should be resting? I mean,
Well, I don't mean
You're-
obviously not right now.
I know, but talking about seeing a goat is still not resting, child.
Fine, I'll shut up.
We can talk
Goes
about
to
the
a corner.
goats after you get some sleep. And Bjorn's just gonna try and take up the least amount of space in the corner somewhere so that everyone else can have more room, since he's not really that injured.
And as you all settle in to enjoy the unfurnished block of a cell, that's where we're gonna break for this time.
All right, great.
Break or
The,
end?
We're not dead.
the gang visits prison.
We are gonna,
Jailbreak!
thank you to everyone joining us. We are gonna raid Mendari as per usual.
Heck yeah. It was fun.
Wild day.
Almost
What an
TPK.
emotional roller coaster.
I
Bad boys,
thought it was a
what you
TPK.
gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?